So, I watched 2011's Red Riding Hood. Now, of course, stating 2011 because the Brazilian versions of it, and it's incredible. But I didn't quite realize that it might be a tale um, from 1300. Apparently, it's quite old as a generic legend. It's much older than the Grimm brothers and or the guy the French in the French Revolution. From the France Academy, I think, and quite old everything is. Now the 2011 version, right? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, one could say it's just standard fare. It's kind of meant to be a blockbuster, etc. But you know what? I mean, alright. So some people did mention that it had a good atmosphere, and it really did. I think people were a bit too harsh on it, weren't they? Uh, I don't know. They criticized the characters, but as a sort of thriller, I think it worked well. And the way it deviated from the usual legend was okay, in my opinion. I mean, if we had the usual legend, then it would be more of the same, you know. But like Noah, which I've commented on months ago, it deviates as well, and I think it's welcome when movies do that, to revitalize a tale. If we're watching the same tale, then it's not really quite anything more than we probably already know. Maybe it's a slight bit more, if it's, but not quite a bit more. So I like watching rehashes of tales that were already established in the past, but you know, new movies out of old ones. So, I think they're being a bit too harsh. I mean, besides the atmosphere, which I think, it fits quite well for a thriller, I could feel the paranoia and such. I think it's an interesting sort of tale. I mean, obviously, I realized the director, did that other, more infamous movie, but in terms of this, with regards to, Little Red Riding Hood specifically, the changing the big bad wolf from a common wolf. I'm not sure if it's ever stated originally that he's a common wolf, but obviously, yeah. It is said that he could talk, so I suppose in that sense it makes sense then to make him into a werewolf. So I thought that was sort of innovative in that sense. I don't think I haven't heard before of him ever being described as a werewolf, so I'm assuming it's somewhat original in that sense. I don't know ultimately, so I don't quite follow this tale very often, or even the variety of versions that this tale has spawned. I did I think the last couple I can remember. I mean, I watched one with an underscore in it for some reason. It's another horror, but it's more school-based urban thing. I'm not even sure if but it's based on it roughly anyway. And I watched another an animated one. Yeah, one of the last ones animated besides its sequel. I haven't seen a sequel yet though, but yeah, I have watched Hoodwinked, and I like that. From what I remember, it's been over a decade now since I watched it. I cannot quite tell much, but from what I like that, I mean, I liked it from what I've seen. I like most animation anyway, but I thought that was innovative as well. It didn't quite follow the same old tale, so in that sense, it's sort of similar to this. Of course, with this, I'm assuming a lot of CGI was used as opposed to animation. Um, and I liked how it looked. I like how they presumably the blood red moon was CGI'd as well. I liked how it looked. Um, and I liked how the background looked, the sky looked. I thought a lot of it, even though it's artificial, I'm assuming it is, but it still seemed nice to look at as a background sort of thing. And on its own, I think it deserves to look better because it looks nice, just the way it looks, just that, Not many movies have such pleasant to look at sort of backgrounds in a way, and the mountains and the snow and such. I thought that was worth on its own, worth on its own. I think the music was kind of cool as well. The music, yeah, just but yeah. Ultimately, I mean, I found the resolution a bit far-fetched still in terms, with being her father because I don't know. I mean, sure, there was just one hint throughout the movie. He wore a sheep mask, but um, I don't know. I suppose yeah, they did try to uh, put him off the scent a bit as well, per se, by making him seemingly a drunkard. One assumes that he doesn't talk much otherwise throughout the movie, so we cannot judge him based on what he says specifically. But the fact that he was found just in the middle of some, I think what looked like vomit or something. Yeah, I suppose that's sort of doesn't make him a suspect so much, in the movie itself, because and not once, I suppose, the just focus the camera on him like it did on many of the characters. So in that sense, you're not even suspecting him. So in a way, it was a sort of interesting sort of tale. It's still a bit far fetched, the fact that he said that he killed his daughter. No, yeah, what he thought was his daughter, just because it wasn't his daughter. I mean, I don't know, maybe yeah, maybe as a wolf form, it's hard to control the anger or such. But I don't know, it was just it's said too easily, too quickly. So it was very believable in that sense. But otherwise, I mean, oh, okay, I suppose it's as a character though, as an actor, that is, he doesn't seem to be very fearsome for him to be a wolf, I suppose, in that sense, with all the build up, how strong the wolf was as a etc. He didn't seem to be quite very strong in that sense. The ending, though, the very ending after everything, and yeah, wasn't too bad in that sense, how it set up this sort of everlasting tale as such. Apparently, there's a sequel from what I've although it's only a short film, so yeah, I'll suppose I might watch it. Why not? Yeah. So yeah, it's I mean, I liked it, primarily based on how it looks, I think, but also I thought that it was innovative. So I don't know why you criticize it too much. I mean, can the characters be deeper? Sure, I guess. Kind of shallow, but it's a tale, and for what it does, for what it intends to do, to step this thriller sort of atmosphere to induce paranoia, I think it works in the sense. So how much deeper can characters get? Um, the Father of Solomon's character, by the way, reminds me of that Witchfinder General's character. There's a movie for it, but it's actually much bloodier than this one, and it doesn't quite, from what I remember, doesn't quite resolve like that. This exactly, but it's somewhat similar, although he kills many more people there. But yeah, he is still similar in the sense that he uses religion for this. In a way, this guy thought Solomon had sort of more of a reason, I suppose. It was actual as opposed to witches being fictional. I mean, we don't know if she was really a witch or something. It's implied that it's in a bloodline and such. So it's all about witches, but it's implied that wolves were real in this sense, so more real than the witchcraft in the Witchfinder General's tale in this sense. But yeah, otherwise it's still interesting. We didn't discuss morality much. Maybe that would have made it deeper. But otherwise, as a sort of thriller, it still works. I thought, and visually, I thought that's the crux of it. I think that what's nice to look at it is quite visually appealing. Really, one can get a lot of gifs out of it, I suppose, and such. But yeah, otherwise, yeah,